Alright, I know I should be, like, being more organized about how I do this, but, today we kind of need to do some work over here. So, basically, our current issue is for the mega base here, I need a lot of wood. And unfortunately, there's not a lot of options around here for me to just go ahead and straight up knock all this out. Now, I also need a bunch of copper, but, we can deal with that at, at a later point. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start building a tree farm. And by that, we're going to clear off some of this area over here so that I can put down a bunch of trees. That is the plan. Because I've already sort of started doing that, but this will also give me more convenient access to the mine shaft. And oh, I have my volume for block breaking turned off, but I kind of don't want to turn it on either. Because if I turn it back on, I have to deal with all the annoying sounds. So I guess we can just leave it off. So we'll go ahead and clear off this section here, and then we will go ahead and start working towards building a tree farm, mainly for oak logs. Because I'm going to primarily be using oak logs for our project. And this is the 5th upload of Minecraft 2024, I believe. So, last week, this is going up on February the... let me make sure to check the date. February the 5th. And last week, I got really behind on my recording for a really dumb reason, but also kind of an important reason. Reason we got behind on recording was because I am just, like, hyper-focused on getting my master's program done. And it's really kind of hard to do things when your master's program takes up most of your time. And I'm currently stuck on a thing where I have to do a PowerPoint instead of a paper. Now, this is going to sound really, really strange. But you see, and don't get me wrong, there is nothing wrong with using a specific program to turn things in. But my main issue is instead of doing a paper, like, I started this assignment assuming it was going to be a paper. Well, it turns out they want me to do a PowerPoint. And I have some hang-ups about that. Primarily because of the fact that PowerPoints suck a lot. And I'm gonna get into this here. I'm gonna be real with you guys. My problem with PowerPoints is they're really hard to, like, actually pull off successfully. Because PowerPoints are at their core just a slideshow. And it's just like, you know, you'd be better off putting this in a paper than, like, what they want me to do. Because, like, despite the fact that I'm no longer going into teaching, all of my like research projects are education and teaching based, which is kind of a problem. Because I'm trying to find a career outside of teaching, and that just means like, oh hey, you still have like a bunch of teacher related stuff on your resume here. And it's just like, well, that's not gonna really help me find a job at this point. But I'm sort of stuck doing that because I need to get it done, and it's a very slow going process because, like, lo and behold, part of the problem with PowerPoints is you have to make them look good. You don't make them look good, well, you're in trouble. So, like, I either have to find a way to, like, make something look absolutely fabulous, or I'm kind of screwed. And I do kind of need to, like, work on the farm here. But, doing work on the farm here is kind of what we're doing today. Like, I should take, like, once a month to just, like, work on the farm. At least until my master's program gets out. I mean, I finished that. Because this is a slow-going... This entire mega base is a slow-going project. Because I don't really have a lot of time to stream right now. Like, I thought I did. But it's a month... We're now a month into 2024. And I've had time to, like, sort of evaluate, like, what is the priority and what needs to get done first. Because a lot of my experience this year has sort of been like, okay, how are we gonna, like, figure out this upload schedule and what works and what doesn't? So, like, I figured out early on this year that Pokemon is really easy to record in large batches. You can do large batches of Pokemon videos rather easy. Admittedly, they're not very slow-paced, but playing into the YouTube algorithm of, like, uploading every day is definitely something I've really sort of taken into consideration. Because I want to grow my channel. Because that's kind of like my only hobby right now. And I have, like, a couple of videos just, like, cooking in the background. I have the footage all recorded. It's just editing is gonna be a thing. And unfortunately, I found that my editing software, if you try to record... I mean, try to process more than a couple hours at a time, you can't really do anything while that is going on. Which, not entirely a terrible thing, but it also means you sort of have to prioritize other things while doing that. And I'm also, like, writing out a script for, like, my big video. But, that's kind of, like, super low on the priority list right now. And this is all gonna get flattened out. Because I just want, like, a super large flat workspace for me to just do things in. And all of this stone is sort of in the way. But we've made good progress. And I'm happy with what we've gotten here. But the plan for this month is to sort of get the first floor of the mega base up and running. Like, that first floor over there is just gonna be, like, our general base of operations. And then I'm gonna... Then, instead of building upwards, we're gonna dig downwards. Because I want to have, like, a number of different farms, like, running underneath the mega base. But it's gonna be... Well, actually, we're just gonna have one farm running underneath the mega base. And it's gonna be my, like... favorite kind of farm. It's gonna be an iron farm. But that's gonna take some shenanigans to get up and running, because I have to dig out, like, the entire thing underneath there. And that is probably gonna have to be something I'm gonna have to do a lot of off-camera work for. Because, honestly, like, when I upload videos, I ask myself, are people gonna want to watch this? And I'm sorry, but most people are not gonna want to watch somebody dig something out for 4 hours. And I don't have any way to, like, time-lapse things right now. Because there's two sort of ways to, like, time-lapse in Minecraft. One is you have, like, a second PC to which you could record things on. Like, you would go and open to LAN here. And by opening up to LAN, you would have, like, a second account just pop in so you could record. Well, you can't really necessarily do that when you only have one PC capable of running PC games. Because, like, the sad thing is I have been... So, my current PC, I built my current PC because my old one was dying. Like, I've been sitting on the computer I've been using... on the old computer I've had since, like, 2017. Old hard drives and SSD and all. And it's just been sitting in, like, the corner of my room because I can't do anything with it. Because I need to get the files off of there. But, I kind of don't want to open it up, to be honest. I'm kind of scared if anything's sort of grown in there. But, like, I was initially thinking, like, oh, hey, if I ever get that fixed, I could, like, have, like, a spare thing to record time lapses. And then I'm like, no, that is way too much effort. If I do that, it'll be a long time. Long time, and would require me to have a significantly better computer setup. So that's gonna be something I'm gonna have to deal with. But what I'm probably gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and probably look for... I'm probably gonna look for pumpkin seeds and melon seeds. Because what I want to do is I want to expand this farm here. So I have jack-o'-lanterns, so I don't have to go look for glowstone. Because what I'm gonna do is I've decided we're gonna build, like, a large water... We're gonna have, like, a big water structure going from this entire area here. And make it so that the only way to access my base over there would be through these bridges. Of course, that's gonna require me to, like, level all of these mountains and things like that. But it's a slow-going process, and I'm personally more interested in just building things how I want to build them. Which reminds me, I need to offload a good chunk of my stuff here. And I'm gonna need a new cobble chest, aren't I? Oh wait, I already have one. There we go. Like, I have plenty of dirt, though, so I'm good in that department. But once I clear this off, what we'll do is we will set ourselves up with a temporary tree farm. Because my current wood needs are far greater than anything else. And that is my current problem. Because my current wood needs far outstrip anything else. And I'm gonna need to build an iron farm. Because if I'm gonna get this much wood, since I have the timber data pack, like, there's no point in me creating and wasting a bunch of diamonds on diamond axes when I can just be like, oh, hey, I'm gonna build myself a bunch of iron axes and cut on costs. Because, you know, I might as well... I installed the timber data pack so you guys wouldn't have to see me waste, like, hours upon hours of just chopping trees to build things. Because my philosophy on data packs is, like, if you're gonna install data packs, install it because it's a convenience thing, and not, like, an outright ridiculous game changer. Like, I don't like going out of my way to, like, hyper mod something. On account of the fact that, ridiculously modding things generally just leads to things breaking. Because, let's think about this here. Generally, my experience with modding has shown me that, if you aren't using a mod pack, you generally run into the issue of, like, oh, hey, your game's probably gonna be faulty unless you have like a way of checking to make sure none of the mods are, you know, incompatible with one another. Because that's always a concern. That is always a concern when modding Minecraft. It's less of a concern nowadays, but it was back in the day. Like, my favorite mod pack I was introduced to by watching the Yogscast, which they're still around, but they don't do Minecraft all that much anymore. Like, the most I see of the Yogscast is, like, their yearly charity thing, which... props to them for doing charity work. But, like, the mod pack I watched was the Tekkit mod pack, or Technic pack. And, like, I know that eventually sort of got folded into Feed the Beast. But one of the things I really liked was, like, the alchemy. Like, you could convert things into other things, make a farm, do all sorts of cool things. Like, it's kind of cool that such things happen in the modding space. But unless you know how to set that stuff up, it's a nightmare to sort of set that sort of thing up. So just clearing this off here, we can go ahead and... sort of finish this up here. Because the goal is to set up a tree farm here that I can just work with. And eventually this tree farm will, like, go away and just be replaced with more of these here. Because this is all potatoes, which I really do need to, like, devote time to working on this. But we'll continue flattening this out. Because getting this all to the same level is a challenge in itself. And over the hill is the, like, cave system that I'm still working out of. And I'm gonna have to go back because I'm down to, like, 5 diamonds. And I put all of my diamonds into diamond tools just so I could make, like, a lot of progress on the base. Like, I have my very skewed priorities in terms of just, like, getting things done. But we're almost done getting through this area here. So once I get torches down, I can just start putting down trees, which is the end goal. Just getting these trees down so I can start harvesting mass amounts of wood for charcoal, and building the tower is definitely on my to-do list. We're also going to need, like, a boatload of more copper. Because I'm using copper that's eventually going to age into that green color I want. As, like, a way to prevent lightning from destroying the tower. And we are so close here. We just got this last section here. And this has taken like 25 minutes and a lot longer than I expected it to take, but you know, that's kind of par for the course for Minecraft projects. So, one of the things about Minecraft projects is they take a lot longer than you expect them to take. Like, I had expected this to be an easy, like, 10 minutes, just knock this entire thing out, and you'll be good to go. And the end result is like, no, it's gonna be more than that. These Minecraft projects don't run on time. And I am out of inventory space. So my current plan is we're going to be growing 64 trees at a time. Like, that is weak sauce numbers, really. But it's also numbers we can work with. Because I'm also going to have to, like, flatten out and expand this entire area here this way. But I'm going to end up doing that off camera. But it is what it is. So we're going to go ahead and deposit what we don't need here into the cobblestone chest here. And we only need a stack of dirt for what we're going to do. So, we take a stack of saplings here. Now, this is the loser's tree farm. So what we do is we go ahead and do rows of 16. We get enough space in between each of these to where there's not a lot of overlap. About 3 blocks apart is generally... 3 to 4 blocks apart is generally the way to go. Like, they don't have to be evenly spaced. You just make it so that it's the size you need. And then you just plant. And this is the kind of tree farm I'm just gonna expand all the way throughout here. And we're just gonna rely on this for the next couple of weeks to sort of build up my log supply. And there's gonna be a bit of a cycle here where, like, as you can see, we already have one of these just straight up fully grown and ready to go. Like, this is great. We now have, like, a basic log farm. Now, that being said, how fast this grows is... How fast this is gonna grow is entirely random and not gonna be consistent at all. But we have what I call the loser's tree farm up and running. And we are gonna go ahead... I'm gonna go ahead and do something here right now. As sort of like a basic marker for where something is gonna go here in the future. We're gonna need to build a wall here. Because this is gonna be all of this from here on out is gonna be water, but it's something that's gonna take time to, like, actually get set up. Given the fact that, like, oh hey, I sort of started building this base as I went here, but the loser's tree farm is up and running for now. And you know what? I can get another row of trees here just up and running. Like, I might as well. And like, this is going to be easy for me to expand and just keep going. Because all I need to do is just, like, go through here and just continually chop down trees. And I'm gonna make, like, the saplings I put in from it back. Now, obviously, this does have, like, one, like, gigantic flaw. And it's something you just can't get around on account of the fact that it's a tree farm. And that is time. Like, the growth rate of trees is just absolutely random. So you are entirely at the mercy of, like, when these trees want to grow in. But we currently have about a stack and a quarter of trees growing here. And obviously I'm going to expand this more. But this is all going to get moved here. So we have a lot of work to do. But this is getting something that needed to be absolutely done out of the way. Because, hate to say it, we are quickly running out of, like, space to do things here. As well as we are running out of, like, resources. Wood is especially gonna be an issue, because if I look through my chests here, like, I don't have, like, an actual wood chest right now, outside of this one. Oak logs. And while I have, like, plenty of oak stored away, this isn't even enough to build one floor of the mega base. So, getting the poor man's, farm up and running is definitely the way to go. But, we're gonna need potatoes and wheat, because, I've basically run out of, food at this point. But this is going to be it for today. Next week, we're going to go ahead and probably continue on expanding the base here. And we're going to go look for jack-o'-lanterns. Well, not jack-o'-lanterns, pumpkins. Because, lo and behold, there's two ways I could properly light up my base. The first being glowstone. Because I want to eliminate these torches. The problem with torches is they emit a particle effect. Now, my computer can handle that. But it's also a huge frame rate sink for a number of reasons because of that whole particle effect. So what we want to do is we want to eliminate the particle effect without having to turn off particles. So gonna have to get some jack-o'-lanterns, which means we're gonna have to go on an adventure next session. But that's gonna be it for now. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you've enjoyed this whole thing, because it really does kind of help me out in the long term. But for the time being, we got work to do, and I'm gonna look forward to getting more things done in this world, because things are slowly starting to come together. Just not at a very quick pace.